الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آله محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آله إبراهيم اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آله محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آله إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد ثم أما بعد. Today, inshallah tabaraka wa ta'ala, in this small time, I want to talk about three things in light of where we are coming from, where we're going, and that which will make us successful, inshallah ta'ala, and the short time, the short goal, the short period on this earth, and ultimately in the grave and in the hereafter. ونسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يثبتنا وإياكم على الحق وأن يثبتنا بقول ثابت في الحياة الدنيا والآخرة. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us and you firm, to give us firmness and the statement that holds firmness with the actions that goes along with it in this life and the hereafter. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by His Asma Husna, the best and beautiful of names, the most beautiful names, Wasifati Ulya, and His lofty characteristics. Ameen. The three things, one of them is reflecting, looking back at Ramadan, as we're on the tail end of the Ramadan, and that which would continue after Ramadan, and that which is part of the meeting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the Muslim. Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, He mentioned in His noble book, ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر بما كسب أيدي الناس. نعم. ظهر فساد. ظهر يعني something that has appeared. ظهر. نعم. وهو فعل ماضي. هو فعل ماضي. A past tense verb. فعل, action. ماضي, something that has already taken place. As they say, يعني فعل الماضي هو ما حدث قبل زمان المتكلم. ما حدث قبل زمان المتكلم. That which occurred, that which happened. ما, that which حدث, took place. قبل, before. زمان المتكلم, before it's talked about. Yani, then that means it already happened. It's not while you're talking it's happening, or to come before you even talk about it. No, it already occurred. This is what's called maldi, fi'l maldi. So Allah said, ظهر الفساد. ظهر fasad. Fasad has appeared. في البر والبحر. On land, barri, land. The opposite of bahr, which is water. And then Allah said, بِمَا كَسَبَتْ. And the kasabat is what you earn, what you do, the consequences. يعني الحاصل وصار كذا وكذا لأجل كذا وكذا. Something that took place or came about as a result of something else. If a person, he goes to work and he works, then this is called kasabat. He gets his earnings is kasabat. But it's part of his action, part of his endeavor, part of his amal or shughl, that he went to earn something. So Allah said, bima kasabat, because of what was earned. Dalla ala anna Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala la yuslimu ahad. This proves that Allah does not wrong anybody, but because He said bima kasabat, because of what was earned by who? Aydin nas, by the hands of the people. Meaning the actions brought these things forth. So here Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala mentioned Dhahra Fasad. Fasad has many meanings in the Quran and the Sunnah. Sometimes Fasad, يعني بارك الله فيكم, بمعنى الذنوب أو الأثر من الذنوب. Sometimes it means dhanub, means sin. Or sometimes أثر الذنوب, the effects, the ill effects of sin. كما قال الله سبحانه وتعالى ولا تأثوا في الأرض مفسدين. And do not go through the earth being those who spread fasad. Meaning mufsideen, those who do the act of fasad. Here meaning sin. And Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said in his noble book and Surah Al-Baqarah this statement. وَكَذَلِكَ قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتاب الكريم. In the same context of the sin, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala mentioned وَإِذَا تَوَلَّى سَعَى فِي الْأَرْضِ وَإِذَا تَوَلَّى سَعَى فِي الْأَرْضِ لِيُفْسِدَ فِيهَا وَيُهْلِكَ الْحَرْثَ وَالنَّسْلَ وَاللَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الْفَسَادَ. And he's talking about right at the top of the page about the days of Hajj, the ending days when a person is on Minna and they stay for those days. And Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned if a person go and he leaves early, meaning the days that are considered sunnah. If you stay, no problem. If you leave, no problem. There's no sin on you if you stay or leave, because those days are recommended. So you have days that you have to stay on Minna, which is a place which is part of the Hajj. You need to stay at this place. And then there's days that are recommended. The Prophet would stay, which is recommended, mustahab, sunan. So Allah is talking about this. And then he mentions about the human being. And he says, وَإِذَا تَوَلَّى سَعَى فِي الْأَرْضِ. And when he turns away after doing this great pilgrimage and these acts of worship, which Tabaraka wa Ta'ala's Prophet mentioned that is from the Mabadi Khamsa fil Islam, from the 5 things that Islam is based upon. كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فيما اتفق عليه الشيخان وغيره بني الإسلام على 5 بني أي مبادئ إسلام على هذه 5 أشياء. That Islam is constructed, that Islam stands, that there is no Islam except with these 5 things. وَمِنْهُمَ الْحَجِّ. From it, the Prophet, he mentioned Hajj. And from this Hajj, you stay on the place, as we say, one of them is called Mina. So there's days that are compulsory, that you have to stay. And then, after those days, you can stay or you can leave. So here, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is describing, after this scene of Hajj, it said that the person, يعني تولى وإذا تولى يعني نعم سعى في الأرض, a person, he goes to the earth, يهلك الحرث والنسل, destroying crops and those things of the livelihood. And then Allah said, وَاللَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الْفَسَادِ. And Allah does not like this type of action, from the word يعني fasad. وَاللَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ fasad. So this fasad in this ayat is talking about the sins of the people. This fasad is talking about the wrongdoings of the people on earth. Just as Allah said, وَلَا تَعْلَوْا فِي الْأَرْضِ مُفْسِدِينَ. Do not travel through the earth doing that which is making a person the actor, the one who's doing the action, the mufsideen, those who are doing the fasad, meaning sin. والله عز وجل يقول في كتاب الكريم ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر بما كسب الأيدي الناس. In this verse, the first we mentioned, that it has appeared and become clear on land and sea, fasad. And then Allah said بما كسب أيدي الناس, because of the actions of the people. This fasad is talking about al-fasad kawniyah. Fasad mada kawniyah. And kawniyah here means that these things are going to happen. You have no control over it. that Allah has made it like this. And the scholars, when you read the tafasir, the different explanations of the ulama, such as Imam Jarir al-Tabari, Imam Muhammad Jarir al-Tabari, who was from the first of the ulama making explanation of the Quran. وَكَذَلِكَ مَاذَا الْإِمَامِ Ibn Kathir, Imam Ibn Kathir, وَهَكَذَا زَكْمَ اللَّهُ خَيْرًا Imam al-Qurtubi. Someone has their phone unmuted. I don't know. This is like a constant sadaqah I get. I can hear everything. If they move, if they're doing something, is very disturbing. Jazakumullah khair. Every little noise when your phone is unmuted, the person hears. If you rub your nose, if you sniff, if you move something, the slightest noise is in my ear, and it's also the other people can hear it. So please, we ask you, Bab Ta'awan, from the perspective of cooperation, working, please mute your phones. Wa jazakumullah khairan. So as we were saying, in this ayat here, Al-Tabarak wa Ta'ala is talking about here the fasad qawniyan, and many of the scholars of tafsir, most of them that I've read, and we mentioned Muhammad Jarir al-Tabari, he's the first one. Wa Ibn Kathir, Imam Ibn Kathir, wa Imam al-Qurtubi from the continent of Spain, Andalus. And let's take a note, there's another Qurtubi. One of them was a muhaddith of hadith, and then that's this one of tafsir. So we're talking about the Qurtubi of tafsir, and the other people of tafsir, like Imam Muhammad Amin al-Shinqiti of the African continent of Mauritania, who was a great scholar in the time that we lived in here in this time, and he was from the scholars of Al-Medina. Although he's from African continent, he was a scholar in Al-Medina and the city of the Prophet ﷺ. الذي قال عنه شيخنا مقبل وكذلك يعني نقل عن شيخ محمد ابن نقل عن عبد العزيز ابن باز رحمه الله تعالى أن من أعلم الذي من أعلم وكذلك الأفقه في أصول فقه في هذه العصر هو الإمام الشيخ محمد أمين الشنقيطي رحمه الله. And this is a statement Sheikh Mukbil mentioned before, as well as Sheikh bin Baz, that the one who had the most knowledge in our time of usul fiqh and fiqh, understanding and application of the ayat and the hadith, without being a scholar of hadith, just from the application and the issue of extracting principles and so forth, was Imam Muhammad Amin al-Shinqiti. Now, a lot like him and others that have tafsir. That's why I mentioned Sheikh Muhammad Amin al-Shinqiti along with the others. Wa Imam al-Sa'di, Muhammad ibn Salih al-Uthaymin. And they say Imam al-Sa'di. It's been corrected, it's Imam al-Sa'di. Sheikh Abdul Rahman al-Maysani pointed this out. It's not Sa'di. People have been saying Sheikh Abdul Rahman al-Sa'di for years. It's Sa'di with the kasra, Imam al-Sa'di. These are likes of tafsir. If you go and you read through them, you will find that ظهر ماذا الفساد ظهر يعني فساد في البر والبحر. Here the fasad means tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes. And Allah said, بما كسبت أيدي الناس, because of the sins. كسبت هنا بمعنى يعني what somebody earned. Meaning of the noob. بما كسبت أيدي الناس. And then Allah mentioned the end of the verse in order that they may taste some of the punishment before the big punishment, meaning the punishment in the grave in Yawm al-Qiyamah. And then Allah said, لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ, so that perhaps they will come back to the truth. Perhaps they will stop doing the fasad, which fasad here means sin, and they will repent back to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. This is why it's no wonder that when we talk about reflecting back on Ramadan, how many earthquakes and hurricanes and windstorms and downpours of rain that causes floods, how many historically can you find that takes place in the month of Ramadan? And we know Ramadan rotates on the solar tip, on the solar calendar. It moves from month to month by 11 to 12 days because it's a lunar issue, and the lunar, it rotates. It doesn't stay standard like the solar, like the 4th of July and Memorial Day and these kind of holidays that we know of that are national holidays in America, and other people have them. They celebrate them and acknowledge them as well. These are lunar. Ramadan, these are solar, they're based on the solar calendar. Ramadan's based on lunar, so it changes, it moves. Last year was in the Barakallahu Fikum, the middle of June. This year you find it, Barakallahu Fikum, right at the very beginning of July. Next year, if we live to see it, and those who witness it, it will be Barakallahu Fikum close to the 20s of May, and like this. So the point is that you can't find these catastrophes in Ramadan like outside of Ramadan. Why? Because the Muslims are doing less sin. Walillah alhamd, they're doing more ibadah. Walhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, they're making more istighfar. ونسأل الله يتوب إلينا ويغفر لنا ذنوبنا. We ask Allah to accept our repentance and forgive us. Ameen. And you find, if you go back closer to the time of the Prophet and Sahaba, these things were not like we know them today, on a regular earthquake after earthquake after earthquake, tsunami after tsunami, flood after flood, tornado after tornado. It was unheard of. Therefore, Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, ظَهَرَ الْفَسَادَ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ بِمَا كَسَبَتْ أَيْدِي النَّاسِ. These things appeared on the land and on sea because of the sins of the people. أعوذ بالله. ليس ملحق على mother nature. لا. ليس من الأنثى ولا ذكرا من مخلوقات الله عز وجل. بل أراد الله من حكمته وعلمه وهو ماذا فساد كونيا كما فسر العلماء. It has nothing to do with mother nature. أعوذ بالله. Muslims have to clean their belief as well as the practice of Islam. There's no mother nature for us in the religion. Wala father nature, wala shay. Nothing like this. This is the statement of Allah, and the statement of Allah is the most correct speech. It's complete. Kalimatullah tamma, tam biduni khalan wa biduni butlan wa biduni mada al-ghish wa biduni nusyan wa biduni ayy shay illa haqq. Allah's statement is free from deficiencies. It's free from that which is forgetfulness. It's free from mistakes. It's free from every type of falsehood. Allah's speech is total. And when it is mentioned in this way, then we cannot reject it. We cannot give credit to Mother Nature and the points of science that man has brought that goes against what Allah Azza wa Jal, the creator of everything, has said. So these catastrophes, these masa'ib, things of harm, Allah has mentioned, they appear. He's given to the human being as a wage, as a jaza, the jinsul amal, because of the nature of what they did, and Allah gives them back their thing. Jaza ihsan illa ihsan. وَجَزَاءَ سَيِّئَةٍ مِثْلُهَا. Naam. Allah said, and what is the repayment? What is the reward for doing good and excellence? Except excellence. Allah is only going to reward you with excellence if you do excellence. And what is the repayment? What is the consequence of evil? Except it will be like that which you put out of evil. ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر بما كسبت أيدي الناس. These things are from the sins of the people. If the people stop sinning, then the earthquakes would become minimum. If the people minimize the disobedience, then the tornadoes will be less. If the people stop doing all of the disobeying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then there won't be floods and the likes of droughts and so forth. This is from the punishment of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala upon the people as well as the land. It's a catastrophe that comes upon the land and the sea because of the sins. So this first point of Ramadan, reflecting on Ramadan, how merciful is Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala by blessing us with the month of Ramadan. That we are from those people that are more vigilant and obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. This is to the believers. Alladhina amanu billahi wa rasuli. Those who believe on Allah and His Messenger. Alladhina amanu bil malaikati wa kutubihi. Those who believe in His angels. Those that are specified by name and description, and those that Allah have not described. Those that are general and those that are specific. We believe in the angels. وَكُتُبِهِ سُبْحَانَهُ وَتَعَالَى مِنْ أَوَّلِهِمْ إِلَىٰ آخِرِهِ. From the first that He revealed to the last. We believe in them. وَيَتَضَمَّنْ الَّذِينَ يَحَرِّفُونَ الْكَلِمَ عَنْ مَوَاضِعِهِ. And this includes, we believe that people came and they changed, altered the words by their meaning. We believe in them. And those people, Allah said, كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامِ كَمَا كُتِبَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. That He has made it compulsory. وَأَرَادَ اللَّهُ سُبْحَانَهُ وَتَعَالَى تَخْفِيفَ الذُّنُوبِ وَتَزْكِيَةَ النُّفُوسِ وَتَطَهِّرَ كُلُّ مِنْ بَنِي آدَمَ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَمُؤْمِنَاتِ مِنَ الذُّنُوبِ وَتَطَهِّرُهُمْ من رجس تطهرهم من رجس كما قال الله سبحانه وتعالى فَاجْتَنِبُوا رِجْسًا مِنْ أَوْثَانٍ وَاجْتَنِبُوا قَوْلٌ زُورٍ. To put aside all of the filthy ways of polytheism and worshiping other than Allah, and to put aside qawl and zur, false speech, and all of its manifestations. وَهَذَا هُوَ مِنْ فَضْلِ اللَّهِ تَبَارَكَ وَتَعَالَى عَلَيْنَا فِيمَا كَتَبَ عَلَيْنَا مِنْ شَهْرِ رَمَضَانِ. As He revealed for us the blessed month of Ramadan. If we look back to that month is almost over. If we look back to that, the Prophet ﷺ أمرنا بالترك يعني ماذا القول الزور كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من لم يدع قول زور من لم يدع قول زور. Whoever doesn't leave false speech. فيا عباد الله يا أيها المؤمنون لعلكم تفلحون اتركوا قول زور في رمضان وخارج رمضان. O believers, O male and female servants of Allah, then therefore we should be leaving the false speech in Ramadan and outside of Ramadan. Layla wa nahar, in the daytime and the night. Sirran wa alaniyatan, in open and public. Dhakran aw untha, male and female. Kabirina wa saghirina, the young and the old. Natruk jami'an qawlun zur. All of us, we leave the false speech. لأن الله سبحانه وتعالى أوصف هذا بصفات المؤمنين. قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين في صلاتهم خاشعون الذين ماذا عن اللغو معرضون. Naam. And Allah described this as the believers. Alam tukun man yuridu an yukun min al-mu'minin. Is it not that you want to be from amongst those who wish to be from the believers? Then, from the first of the characteristics, بعد أن تشهد أن لا إله إلا الله بعد أن تشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمد رسول الله يعني أن تكون من يخشى الله تبارك وتعالى ومن في صلاتهم خاشعون, to be from those who fear Allah, who have an internal mechanism that stops them from doing disobedience to Allah. And that in the salat, they concentrate like this, as if Allah is in front of them. They put the whole dunya, the worldly affairs, all out of their mind, behind them totally. So Allah said, الَّذِينَ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. Not praying and you're thinking about, I left my soda on the counter. You're making salat, and in the third raka'ah, you don't know if you're in the first or the third raka'ah. You're very confused. You're making salat, and you're still mad about an argument you had a half an hour ago with your husband or your wife. You're making salat, and you're thinking about, oh man, I got to hurry up because I got to get back to the job because I'm going to get docked. Not you're making salat, and you're thinking about, oh man, my wife's going to eat my cheesecake I left in the refrigerator, the last piece. No, this is not khushu. This is not khushu. And this is not the one who's praying and he's يعني في صلاتهم خاشعون. This is not the one he's having an inward mechanism where his body totally is in submission and reflection about Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Allah described the believers as that. And then right after that, after the second greatest pillar of Islam, the salat, and mentioned the khushu', Allah said, الَّذِينَ مَاذَا عَنِ اللَّهْوِ مُعْرِضُونَ. Those who turn away from the false speech. وَهَذَا هُوَ قَوْلٌ زُورٌ. This is قَوْلٌ زُورٌ. All of the false speech. And this includes, wallahi, this includes the issue of what you read. Wallahi, it includes what you read on the Facebook. The tabloids that you read from the Muslim. Tabloids. This happened, that happened. This one said that to this one. This one, it has 3 wives, and they're telling the story. He did this, he did that. Another one, this took place. Another one, Sheikh Fulan said, and then wallahi, أنا ما أريد يعني أسمع من هذه من جهر وتعديل لا أبدا. I don't want to hear nothing about this from جهر وتعديل. نحن بارك الله فيكم عوام، وإن يعني كنا من دعاة أو مدرسين أو مدرسات، ونحن أقل يعني أهل ترجمان، وإن كان مزيدا في ذلك تويب العلم. لسنا يا أخي نضيع أوقاتنا بقال فلان باسم جهر تعديل. أبدا مع نحن جويهم يعني في ديننا وفي أساس يعني إسلامي وفي ما أوجب الله تبارك وتعالى كل مسلم. هذا غلط. You cannot afford to say, well, this is from the science of criticizing and praising. This is from the religion that we use our time to talk about this and go back and forth about that. La. When we are from the most ignorant of people, and if we're considered in America or other places in the West as scholars or teachers, male and female, then at least we're common folks still. At the most, we're the miniature, the smallest of students. And to be, as we said, some of us are even just translators. So how can we use our time like this? All of this enters into Qawlun Zur. Anything that's not beneficial for your heart, anything that doesn't bring you closer to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, 100% sure that Allah will not question you about any evil concerning this matter. You will be rewarded into Jannah. You will not be from amongst those that the Prophet ﷺ said, Wayhak, woe to you. Because of the tongue. When the man yelled and said, Ya Muhammad, well, the man yelled out like this, and the Sahaba said, Wayhak, woe to you. You raising your voice. He just raised his voice to the Prophet. Wallahi. He didn't even say something blameworthy, but it was how he used his mouth. As Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala said, "La tarfa'u aswatakum," yani fawqa sawti an-nabi. Not to raise your voice over the Prophet. And this also means, some ulama said, even though he's dead at his grave, raising your voice. Like the people go and they do min bab shirkat. Ya Muhammad, ishfi waladi. Ya Muhammad, irziqna, nahnu fuqara. Screaming, "O Prophet, heal my son, he's sick. O Prophet, increase us, enrich us in wealth, we're poor." Raising your voice. A general ayah. Some scholars understand this even means at the grave of the messenger after he died, do not raise your voice. The man simply raised his voice. He didn't say anything of a slight or anything of a defamation of a character or anything of disbelief. He just raised his voice, and the Sahaba said, "Wayhak, woe to you." Look at the sin of the tongue. So it's not always what's said, wallah mustan, but sometimes it's how something is said. And all of this enters into qawlun zur. All of it enters into false speech. Bearing witness about something you have no knowledge of. Either kana fihi shak, the thing in it is a doubtful matter. Prophet said, leave it. Because this also enters into yani qawlun zur. Because from the issues of the religion, بل من أركان ماذا الدين أن يكون بيقين دون شك. الله تبارك وتعالى بين في كتاب الكريم إن الذين آمنوا إنما المؤمنين الذين آمنوا بالله ورسوله, and indeed those that believe in Allah and His Messenger. ثم لم يرتابوا, and then after they have believed, they don't come with, and Allah says, يرتابوا, from the word يعني rape. كما قال تبارك وتعالى في سورة البقرة ذلك الكتاب لمن للمنافقين لا والله. ذلك الكتاب لمن الكافرين لا والله. ذلك الكتاب لمن الإلحاد, those who are like يعني don't believe in any God, like the atheists. لا. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. Somebody got to mute their phone. جزاكم الله خير. نعم. يعني ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه. Allah تبارك وتعالى said this book has no يعني rape. وذكر الإمام محمد بن صالح العثيمين الاسم الشافي هذا الآية ذلك دل على أن كلام الله بعيد بعد من كل يعني عيوب من كل أباطل ناس ومن كل يعني بارك الله فيكم عيوب. Sheikh Muhammad bin Salih al-Uthaymeen said the reason Allah said ذلك and He didn't say هذا kitab, as ذلك is used for things that are remote, far. He said because the speech of Allah is far removed from human qualities, from mistakes, and all of the falsehood of the human beings and blemishes and so forth. That's why Allah said ذلك الكتاب. ما قال الله هذا الكتاب لا ريب فيه, بل قال ذلك الكتاب. He didn't say this is the book using هذا. He used ذلك to show that the kitab Allah علوا فوق كل شيء من مخلوقاته عز وجل, that the speech of Allah and the Quran is considered from the speech of Allah, it is superior, far above everything that Allah عز وجل has created. والقرآن ليس مخلوق. ومن زعم أن الكتاب الله وأن القرآن قرآن الكريم من عند الله رب العالمين أنه مخلوق هو كافر بإجماع سلف هذه الأمة. And whoever believes or deems that the book of Allah, the Quran, is the created speech, I'll say it again, whoever believes or deems that the Quran is the created speech, then he is disbelieved by the consensus of the Salaf of this ummah. Now, hakada. Why? Because it's from the speech of Allah. And anything from the statements of Allah. Anything from the Dhatillahi tabarak wa ta'ala. Or sifatihi. From the physical portions of Allah. It's actually a part of Allah. Can't be created. Likewise, His actions can't be created actions. To the point as Allah said, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ لَا رَيْبَ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. There's no raib in it. Raib means doubt. It includes disbelief. It includes shirk. It includes falsehood. And yeah, Allah talks about these things in the Quran. But His speech itself has no shirk in it. Meaning Allah does not call you to shirk. Allah does not call you to disbelieve. And it does not have falsehood and misconceptions and confusion in it. That same word, Allah said, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنِينَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ ثُمَّ لَمْ يَرْتَابُوا. Lam yartabu comes from raib. And so Allah said, Lam yartabu, that they don't have doubt after they believe in Allah and His Messenger. Means that you're not free. You're not saved. Like the Christians say, I'm saved, I'm going to paradise. You just believe in Jesus. Hallelujah. A'udhu billah. The Muslim can accept Islam and still go to hell if he's not mindful of what he or she is doing. If they're not iqbal al-ilm al-nafi', devoted to learning the knowledge that will carry them through this life. If they're not from those يتمسكوا بكتاب الله وسنة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ومذهب الصحابة على فكرة وعلى فهم سلف هذه الأمة سيكون من أصحاب الصعير والعياذ بالله. Have to hold on to the book and the sunnah. And you cannot do it without the understanding of the Sahaba. كما بين الله تبارك وتعالى. So this, wallahi, even in this part you see it's a part of the iman. من أصول الإيمان يكون بيقين. That a person be sure about what he's doing. وكذلك هو من شروط لا إله إلا الله. It's from the conditions that your shahada is even accepted. That you have no doubt when it comes to the statement La ilaha illallah and anything connected to it. If you don't know something, you're not held accountable for it. You're not blamed if you don't know something. You didn't learn that or you didn't come to that yet. But you can't have doubt about the religion. What you do know, you must be sure about. And this is one of the benefits of Ramadan. The Tabarak wa Ta'ala made in this month that the person has to be upon taqwa. Be upon that which is obedience to Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala with certainty that Allah commanded him with these acts. And that he or she is doing the doing the action to receive the reward from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. And this is the reflection back in the beginning of the Ramadan. Now we're towards the end. People have run out of gas. People have felt that they may have reached the night of decree, Laylatul Qadr. But Prophet ﷺ said, "Ghufra ma taqaddama min dhanbihi." Allah will forgive you all of your sins. We mentioned before, all of the ulama concerning all of these type of narrations say these are the minor sins. The minor sins, like shaking the hand of a lady. This is a minor sin. Or looking at a lady the second time after the first time that you lay eyes on her, you're walking and you look up and see a lady, then you purposely look at her a second time. The ulama say these are minor sins. The standing in Ramadan and the prayer. Standing seeking Laylatul Qadr. The fasting in Ramadan. The 5 daily prayer in between each one of those prayers. The time that's in between each time that you pray. From the 5 times that the Muslim should pray. From one Jumu'ah to the next week. From Ramadan to the next year Ramadan. The Prophet said all of these 3 things wipe away the sin. يُكَفِّرْ عَنْ سَيِّئَاتِكُمْ. It will make what you have on your slate clean. Then he said, إِذَا اجْتَنِبُوا الْكَبَائِرِ. When you stay away from the major sins. When we look back at Ramadan, wallahi, it is only the sufaha, the ignorant, the foolish one, that will plunge back into the sins after being in the month of Ramadan, being graced with the mercy of Allah to be in the month of Ramadan where the sins have been lighting, where the sins are less, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mercy has extended upon all of us on the land and on the sea. And lastly, وَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ فِيكُمْ يعني بارك الله لكم جميعا ونسأل الله تقبل منا جميعا. May Allah bless you all and myself and accept from us. فوالله تالله بالله نحن مساكين فقراء إلى الله عز وجل, because we are nothing in the eyesight of Allah. He owns everything. If it's not for Him, we don't have any life, neither what's in the life. We're in more need of Allah than we realize. So we beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala أن يتقبل منا في هذه أولنا, in this address that we're listening to now, that He accept from us our Ramadan, accept from us our fasting, accept from us our acts of charity, whether there be good statements or giving something from food or clothing. Hazrat Sallam is kullu ma'ruf sadaqat, and the Jami' of Imam al-Suyuti, Jami' al-Saghir, Imam al-Suyuti, وصححه Imam al-Lama al-Albani. The Prophet Sallam, he mentioned in the Jami' al-Saghir, Imam al-Suyuti, every good deed is considered charity. Therefore, no one is left out. If you don't have money to give, you can do a charity. If you don't have food to give, you can do a charity. If you don't have some clothing to give, you can give a charity. If you don't have some experience or some type of education to give, you can do a charity. Prophet said every good thing, ma'ruf here means good thing, is a sadaqah, which means a kind word, the smile of the person. وَالْكَاثِمِينَ الْغَيْظَ وَعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ, to control yourself when you're angry and you can blow up. This is a sadaqah, a charity. You can lash out at somebody, but you refrain and you channel that energy. You change that energy to a positive respect, a positive exchange of words, a positive feeling of vibe. As we feel vibes from some people, sometimes one another, we feel the vibe. We don't have to say anything. You know someone is upset with you. If they change that within themselves to the point that outwardly you feel as if they're not angry, this is sadaqah. Kathimin al-ghayth, to control the anger, the emotion. This was part of the lesson of Ramadan. الصوم بمعنى ترك أو ماذا الإمساك, to stop or to restrain, to cut off. كاثمين الغيظ, restrain yourself. وعافين عن الناس, and to forgive the people when you may have a right to not forgive. Some people are going to come on the day of judgment, they're not going to be forgiven by Allah because they got settlements between themselves and people. And Allah is not going to allow you to do anything until you settle your account with people. Some people are not going to forgive you in this life. وَلِيَعْذَ بِاللَّهِ. May Allah bless us to be from those who people forgive and we forgive people. It's a difficult thing, but we're talking about the lessons from Ramadan and after Ramadan. We're talking about having a benefit from your hunger and your thirst, from your staying away from the wife and staying away from the husband in the daytime of Ramadan. We're talking about having a real tangible benefit that you can see after Ramadan and that you can feel in your growth of Islam. وَكَمْ مِنَ النَّاسِ لَهُمْ عَشْرَ سَنَوَاتٍ أَوْ 20 عام يمر بهم صوم رمضان ولا يحصل في شيء والعياذ بالله. How many people there must be Muslim? 10 years. 10 long years. Some people 20. And the Ramadan come and go, come and go, come and go. And